Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and to this time-lapse version of a very pretty Southern Irish town called Kinsale in soft pastel. If you enjoy this speedy version here, then please do hit subscribe, check out all of my other playlists here on YouTube, and if you'd like to access the real-time tutorial to work along with, this one and many others are over on my Patreon channel. I'll add those links in the description. This piece is on Kinsale velvet paper, which I've been really enjoying using recently. And this is 13 inches by 9 inches. So a nice comfortable size to keep it reasonably small. Try to work quickly and not go into too much detail. And sometimes to do that, I will work quite small. I try to limit the time that I spend on these smaller demos. So I've got a whole group of demos called mini demos, and they are all under 4 hours in length. This one took me just over 3 hours to do. So for the sky, again, I really tried to limit the amount of detail I went into. I could spend much longer on a sky like this and really work the clouds and make it super detailed. And I normally blend a lot more than this as well, so I was experimenting with leaving it a little bit rougher looking, not working it too much. So a lot of my smaller landscape studies these days are me experimenting with working in different ways. I've used soft pastel for many years, but a lot of that time has been spent working on more detailed things. While I've painted a lot of landscapes over the years, I've probably been best known for painting animal portraits. So this past few years, I've really delved into landscapes and experimenting with different techniques and methods. And for this one, I really tried to not blend too much. I think that was the main key here. And you'll see, although I do sometimes use pastel pencils for details, this one was done entirely with the sticks. So even when it comes to the edges and the corners on all of the little buildings, there's a part of me at the moment that's trying to let go of the need for my edges and for everything to be super clean and perfect. And I'm really using these smaller pieces mostly as colour experiments. And I'm loving the fact that I can delve back into my photo references. I've got folders and folders of photos that I've taken over the years. And usually I look through these photos and I feel like I'll never ever paint the half of them. Not working the way I used to anyway. Whereas with these quicker studies, I'm really enjoying them because I get through a lot of my references. I get to capture these little memories from along the way. And none of them are too big a commitment of time. So if that's something that interests you, if you don't have a huge amount of time to commit to painting, check out some of my mini demos. I'll add the link below in the description. All of these are smaller projects, under 4 hours in length. Many of them are much shorter than this. And they cover a huge range of topics. It's not just landscapes. There's lots of animal portraits and a bit of everything in that particular category of tutorials. And I know that my patrons over on Patreon have been enjoying these shorter projects as much as I have been, because I tend to dot these in between my bigger portraits and commissioned pieces. And some of them are a bit of a marathon to get through. So these are such fun to me, just to play with the colours, figure out different ways of doing things, trying things out that I wouldn't get an opportunity to try out if it were a commissioned piece. So you can really take the pressure off needing to create a masterpiece with these smaller ones. It really frees you up. So the main thing that I wanted to capture here was the drama in the lighting. Kinsale is in County Cork in the south of Ireland. It's a place that I visited in our motorhome before we left Ireland to travel around Europe for a few years. And I'm so glad that I visited this place. It is one of the prettiest places I have ever seen in Ireland. I'm sure many of you know it because it is quite touristy and for good reason. It is so colourful, so beautiful. The first time I went there was a very grey, dull day, and it still looked really amazing. But the second time I visited Kinsale, this evening light just treated me to an absolute show. Soon after I took this reference image, very dramatic storm clouds rolled in until the sky was a dark navy colour all over, and we still had this sunshine hitting the buildings in front. It was quite surreal looking, and then to top it off, there was a full rainbow across the navy coloured sky. So I've got reference images of that as well. I was quite tempted to paint one of those, but I will release some of those bonus images to my patrons along with this full length real-time tutorial to work along with. As with a lot of my tutorials, I'll not just release the reference image that goes along with the demo. You'll often get a set of bonus images that are something similar, perhaps the same scene but with slightly different lighting. I have so many reference images in my to-do folders that I will never get through them all, no matter how quickly I paint. So it's very nice to be able to share many of those images with my patrons and to see some of them brought to life by them. So I hope that many will work along with me on this. It was such a blast of colour. And is it just me? Or do those buildings make you think of Neapolitan ice cream? There's just something about the pink and the yellow and the brown all together like that. It's making me want some ice cream. So a really fun piece to do. A blast of colour. The chance to create a bit of dramatic lighting. And although I'm based in the south of Spain at the moment and enjoying painting the beautiful Andalusian landscape, it is lovely to return to Ireland sometimes. If I ever return to the Emerald Isle, this is definitely a place that I would love to live. So lots of little tricks for painting reflections. Again, I just tried to work quickly and not get into too much detail here, just try to capture the essence of it. But we'll talk about lots of the different tricks to capturing reflections in the real-time demo. But I hope that you've enjoyed seeing it come together in this speedy version. I loved creating this one. I hope you'll come and join me on Patreon for this and many more real-time tutorials. But thanks very much for watching this here. Please do remember to hit subscribe. And until next time, happy pasteling.